The 37-count indictment of Donald Trump is pretty damning stuff. It alleges that the former president purposely retained classified documents, showed them to people on at least 2 occasions, and then actively sought to obstruct the investigation into his retention of said documents. Now, what's not in the 49-page indictment, though, is an answer to this question. Why would he do this? After all, Trump seemed to be purposely exposing himself to legal ramifications and knew it. In one exchange, which was first reported by CNN, Trump tells an associate that, quote, "As president, I could have declassified, but now I can't." What? So what gives? So I think the answer is actually deceptively simple, and it's a window into how Trump thinks about himself and the world. Start here. Trump spent his entire life feeling as though he was in the outside looking in at the in crowd. His dad was a developer in Queens, not in Manhattan. Once he got rich, the exclusive old money golf clubs didn't want him as a member. When he went to Washington for the White House Correspondents' Dinner in 2011, he was relentlessly mocked for his political ambitions.
By assigning all of you some reading that will help you draw your own conclusions.
Time and time again, throughout his life, Trump has been the kid with his face pressed up against the glass, looking in on a life he so badly wanted. Now, getting elected president changed all of that. Suddenly, Trump was the center of attention. He was the straw that stirred the drink not just in Washington, but around the world. A single tweet from him could move markets or change the political calculus around an issue in an instant. This fact, by the way, is why I always made fun of people who predicted that Trump wouldn't run for a second term in 2020. Do you remember these people? They existed. Trump had spent his entire life trying to get to the center of things, and there was no way he was ever going to willingly give that up. All of which brings us to Trump's decision to keep and show off classified documents. The reason is simple. It made him feel like a big man. Remember that back in January, Trump admitted that he kept empty folders marked classified for a very specific reason. This is Trump. Remember, these were just ordinary inexpensive folders with various words printed on them, but they were a cool keepsake, he said on his Truth Social website. A cool keepsake, as in a fun thing to flash around to impress people with, to remind them that he had been president of the United States. You also remember that Trump never conceded the election in 2020 for a lot of reasons, but one big reason is because he didn't want to give up the prestige of being president. He loved having his ass kissed, sir, and being treated like the most special person in the world. It's why he created a version of the White House at Mar-a-Lago, and it's why he kept the classified documents. That he could pull out something marked classified in a post-presidency meeting, even if it was only to say that the other person wasn't allowed to see it, made him feel like he was still the most powerful guy in the world. He had access to stuff other people didn't. He knew stuff other people didn't. That it was top secret stuff, well, that made it all the better. So much of Trump's behavior is explained by his ego and his self-image. He had fought his entire life to be the one in the know, the guy on the inside of every conversation. Once he had that, there was no way in hell he was giving it up, even if the law required it. So what? Don't overthink things when it comes to Donald Trump's motives. He does what he wants and what feeds his ego. Nothing more, nothing less.